Apparently the owner of an esports team or something, or some guy on an esports team, hung out with Andrew Tate. And now he has an 8-week suspension. 8 weeks of unpaid leave for hanging out with Andrew Tate. Carlos from G2, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what G2 is. It might not even be an esports team. I don't know what the fuck it is. Carlos equals Ocelot, the league mid laner from TSM days. One of the biggest in Europe. The biggest org in Europe. And the reason why this is happening, the reason why it's happening is because I think he posted this. Somebody can tell me if there was something more that I missed, but I think it was just because he posted this.
Let it go. Right behind it.
Thank you, brother.
He posted a video of him hanging out with Andrew Tate. Unbelievable. I think he actually followed your omniliberal Twitter ACC. Wait, what was his name on Twitter? Carlos R. Oh, I don't know if I can dig through my DMs on my phone. There are a couple of verified accounts that DM me and shit, but I never know who the fuck they are. Fuck. I can't check because my account is banned. It won't show me DMs. Rip. I don't know if he ever did. Look at the responses here. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. What an unreal. How unreal. Nobody will ever be able to police my friendships. I draw my line here. I party with whoever the fuck I want. G2 is above Carlos and always has been. I will do anything to protect this company and my colleagues in it, as it is my unconditional duty to them. I don't know how I feel about this statement now. I'm kind of reevaluating this. No one told him who he could be friends with. People are just telling him that they won't... Oh. No one told him who he could be friends with. People are just telling him that they won't support him after this. What do you think they mean by that? They're basically telling him who to hang out with. No. We're saying that Andrew Tate is a bad person who is bad to associate with. Aren't you kind of? Like, isn't that kind of what that means? Like, for instance, what if I were to say something like what if I go to my wife and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to fuck you in the ass, or I want to fuck you in the ass with a 50-inch dragon dildo. What the Mel? And then she's like, oh, well, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, okay, well, we're going to if you want to keep dating me. And she's like, oh, well, aren't you telling me what to do? No, I'm not telling you what to do. But like, you know, if you want to stay together, this is what we're going to do. Well, it's kind of like telling me what to do. No, we can always just break up. Like, isn't that kind of weird when somebody's like, nobody's saying that you have to do this, but like, if you don't, you're going to get fired from your job, canceled from your ISP, and kicked out of your apartment. Like, don't the same people that say that, well, we're not telling you what to do, we're just saying we're not going to support you and we're going to destroy your company if you do this. Aren't these the same people that say capitalism is slavery because if you don't work, you'll starve to death? Isn't that kind of the same argument they use? It feels like some mafia shit. Like, man, it sure would be a shame if you posted pictures being friends with that dude. Well, what do you mean it would be a shame? Well, I'm just saying, I might break your legs. But I mean, you can do it. I'm not stopping you from, I'm not telling you that you can't do it. But freedom from speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. Isn't that what they say? Destiny, should there not be consequences for who you hang out with? I mean, like, kind of. It depends. Like, if you're hanging out with a guy while he's a kid, yeah, there probably should be consequences. But as far as I know, Andrew Tate is not a convicted criminal. He's not actively engaged in any crazy shit. Like, why would you be 2 months of suspended pay for hanging out with a person that isn't, like, what the fuck? That's just so weird. How absolutely fucking unhinged. Hold on, you guys are so stupid. Just found out about social consequences. So fucking mad.
Shit sucks.
What do you think is a social consequence, Stephen Chilton? I'll tell you, since you probably have no life and no social life at all, okay? A social consequence is, man, you're friends with a really shitty person. I don't think I want to hang out with you. This is called a professional consequence. Do you understand there's a difference between professional and social? Or are you just using social to stand for everything because you don't know the difference or have either of the two? Like, what a stupid fucking comment. I think there's a slight difference because he posted it. It wasn't some journal writing a story about it. Basically, he made it public. Okay, but like, who cares? Well, it's not like they were doing it. Like, if they were having a conversation about like hating women or something, sure, but he worded it pretty aggressively. People have somewhat reasonable concerns with that could mean about his character. What could it mean about his character? What, like, think about what you're saying. Why not actually, like, has he made problematic or misogynistic statements? Like, is it really enough to say, he hung out with a dude that a lot of people say is not good? That makes me think he might be a fucking horrible person. Wait, what the fuck? By the way, FYI, I don't know if it surprises you, if I had the opportunity, I'm in Europe, I would absolutely hang out with fucking Andrew Tate. Like, that, absolutely. I wouldn't even think fucking twice about it. So, if anybody in here thinks that makes me like a fucking man-hating, woman-hating, whatever the fuck misogynist, better fucking leave now. Because yeah, if I had the opportunity to, of course I fucking would. I'd say the same for like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk. Fuck, I would go to dinner with fucking Jordan Peterson if he wanted to. Or his daughter for sure. Like, that's so bizarre. It's like, you're hanging out with a person who must be ultra, like, what the fuck? You don't know that? Christian's tweet has caused hurt amongst our community. This hurt is understandably being extended as a reflection of Spitfire Audio, its collaborators, and its employees. I'm deeply sorry for that. We've worked hard to be a beacon for the industry and have a responsibility to do better. Christian's views are his own, and as a company, we're committed to building an inclusive environment for our employees, collaborators, and customers. Christian's going to take a break as we reflect on how to move forward. This dude said in one tweet that he supports J.K. Rowling and Graham Linehan. Poof, suspended from his job. What was the actual tweet? That tweet could have been bad, I'm curious. Would Destiny have hung out with Epstein? I would hang out with any fucking billionaire in the world. Of course. That would be like a once in a well, except for Putin, or anybody that I think might have a chance of killing me. But anybody that I think is not gonna kill me, yeah, of course I'd hang out with any fucking billionaire, of course. As a parent, I can no longer keep my mouth shut about this. I'm in full support of Glinner and J.K. Rowling. Please look into this if you have young children. It's in the post. If you have autistic children, it's probably already on your doormat. Well, I wonder what this is in reference to. Epstein wasn't a billionaire. His buddy Les Wexner was? Wait, are you sure? Would Destiny let a sheik fly him out to Dubai? If there are female ones. Hell yeah. Would I get trafficked in Dubai? Actually, I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. I have to do some research. Milkers.
What are you milking?
Milking the milks. Canadian high school defends transgender teacher who wore enormous prosthetic breasts underneath tight t-shirt to class. What does enormous mean? A Canadian high school teacher has sparked controversy after pictures emerged for wearing large breast prosthetics. Is there a pic? No shot. No shot. Come on. No way, dude. Watch the video. Is there a video? No shot. No. 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 This has to be a fetish. It's got to be like the, is it inflation? Where they do the boobs? Although they're prosthetic, but like, this can't be. It can't be. This can't be real. It's got to be a fucking Republican psyop. That's Steven Crowder. There's no shot. they're even huge fake nipples. Why? Okay, word. Canada's always on some weird shit up there. You guys are. No shot, dude. Maybe it's the next Borat movie, yeah. I'm talking to Twitter to denounce and humiliate the young researcher because the findings don't fit with the ones expected. Wait, what? Predictably, some genderist academics are currently providing further evidence to support the argument Laura makes in this article by apparently attempting to discredit the research because they disagree with the findings. You may have seen the media article on a piece of research just out, focused on the splits in feminist academia over trans inclusion. I was one of the participants in this research, which I now thoroughly regret, and want to share a brief account of my experience of it. You're allowed to regret being involved in research, but it better be over the veracity of the research and not the fucking findings. But let's see. All participants in the article are anonymous, but one has chosen today to publicly declare her participation on Twitter. She suggests that she took part in the research because she thought the researcher would agree with her position on gender and sex. First, I agreed to the interview because the project was being mentored by someone I trusted because the researcher presented as friendly and supportive of trans rights. In fact, I was so convinced of this that I originally agreed to be named in the write-up. Yikes, bro. Not a good look. Are you serious? Who is this person? Renowned professor of Lego at, I don't know what this means, NCL Sociology. I don't know if Lego is short for something. She seemed to feel that because the researcher did not uncritically represent her views, she has been had. If you also participated in this research and are feeling similar, especially if you're trans, I send solidarity to you. We have been had. I share this hoping to interrupt the one-sided narrative of the research, a poor attempt to rectify things in a very small way. So sorry. Oh, new miss, gift reply. Uh-oh! Slick was never going to pay anyone, and I realized that about 3 minutes into the call when I saw his notepad of people he owes not updated for 2 years. I got everything I wanted out of Slicker. I now have his passwords, his Discord, and my mods are currently paying everyone back. Okay. She also insinuates with no apparent evidence at all that Laura is an untrustworthy researcher who will share personal details about participants without consent. I told this researcher deeply personal things about myself, my family, my interactions with GC feminists, gender-critical feminists, and others, and feel incredibly exposed. I'm also worried about retaliation in the form of these details now being made public or disclosed to GCs to feel attacks on me. On this basis, it would seem of Phipps being unhappy with the research findings, and Assistant Professor of Sociology and author has called for Laura to retract the findings and for her to be censored. That this study participant was subjected to emotional harm. Please explain for me. I'm making some assumptions here, but it sounds like this Rose person wrote an article about how, I'm guessing by the title, about how there's like an orthodoxy being forced in academia around like trans issues, and it sounds like she interviewed people for the article, but now some of the trans people she interviewed didn't like the research, and now they're saying they regret doing it and she was abusive, essentially, right? That's what it sounds like.